Hey YouTube, I thought I'd make you a video. Today was my Friday, but I called it in, so I'm getting a 3-day weekend because yesterday I had to drive the Dodge Ram rental and it fucking hurt my knee. I'm not saying, yeah, I mean, it was just awful, okay? It was crazy. Okay, let's see how yesterday went. Yesterday, Carlos drove that van to begin with in the morning. And I guess he found out that that van is the smallest van of them all. Worse than the yellow ones. Which, you know, I thought that's kind of ironic because I was like, hey, I get to drive my yellow van. And then I had a route because two people merged their routes so that they didn't have, so they could do it together because they had big ones, right? I assume they had big ones, but I don't know. I might be having another daydream here because I'm like, yesterday was Tuesday. I'm mixing up days in my head, I know it. But that did happen. I just can't. As I remember seeing this stuff, and it wasn't even that bad. I was like, dude, their totes weren't as much as those. But we got a lot of GMDs. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know how big his routes were, but I do know Carlos was bigger than mine. Like, I think he might have had the biggest route. And, so mine is Carlos, okay? No, I never saw them come back. I am picturing the day before when I was like, dude, I had a bigger route. And so don't feel bad. And I made it back. So I was like, cool. But never mind. Let's go back to yesterday. Yesterday's a whole different day because I was the last one back and I was back hella late. And but I ended up getting a route because two people merged their route. And then, you know, then Carlos. And he took the yellow van that I wanted to take because I was like, yay. He's like, I got more stuff than you, which he did. I only had 6 groceries, right? And they weren't that bad. They were doable. And then I had like 24 GMDs. I had 30 total deliveries, okay? 30 total deliveries, which like I had 29 the day before, but I had 11 groceries, and the others were all GMDs. So imagine that. And that was a big ass route. There was a lot of heavy shit and that, you know, but not as bad as the morning route that had 12 groceries, less GMDs, like I want to say 1 GMD, 1 return. And I mean, they were so crazy that route before was really crazy, you know. But it was fun. Like I said, got them all done. But yesterday, I then had to learn to drive this van because I wasn't used to it. And I was like way the hell up high. I felt like, I don't know, just felt completely different than the other vans, like all of them. And I was like, oh shit. And then but I got used to driving it, so it was fine. And then, just go down. So then, shoot, focus. Camille just wrote me. And that's funny because I knew she had 3 dogs, so I'm good. So now I can say, yes, I remember 3, but I just couldn't remember, like, for sure because it was so long since we talked. But anyway, yeah, okay, getting in and out of the van was hella hard. And I had to go through the front door all the time practically because that stupid back door thing wasn't working. And I ended up, you know, putting totes against it, but later when I'd had enough, I opened that, I pulled those fucking totes away from the door so I can get in and out that way. But it was already too late. It was literally too late. Okay, I basically finished half my route and I got to the last grocery and I was like, I'm just going back to the store, which it didn't matter because it was 6 o'clock by then. By the time I finished the last grocery, it was 6 p.m. I had 10 GMDs still left to deliver, but I wasn't going to. I just did them. I'm done. I can't. No time. Ran out of time. Got to the store, put everything away, put gas in the gas vehicle, you know, and then clocked out, went to the bathroom, and went back home. But oh, actually, after I got my pickup, I forgot. I did order pickup, but I am not fucking joking. I was like, I've never not completed a goddamn route in a long time. Not. And so I was really disappointed in myself because I was really hoping to pick it up and get it done. But yeah, I knew it was like, fuck, my knee is gonna be so messed up. I mean, I wasn't even sure if I would be able to work today. I really don't know if I could have finished actually working today. Even if I drove, I don't know if I could have went in and out of vehicles and carried heavy shit and stuff, you know? I just don't think I could have. So that's why I feel like taking the day off, using the only 4 hours of PPTO I had, so I only get half a point to make it 3 points, was ideal. And then I let them know also that I was not coming in because of my knee. I'm like, I'm gonna try and ice it later. And I still had to take Aiden to the dentist, and it's his first appointment about his braces getting, you know, tightened and whatever the hell they fucking do. They're probably gonna bitch because he hasn't been brushing his teeth, and we had Whataburger on the way to his freaking dentist appointment that we were late for. I'm like, just my fucking luck. And anyway, but yeah, I could not believe how bad yesterday was, and I know I wouldn't. I mean, considering the fact that I didn't even make it out of there by 6 o'clock and I didn't finish my route, is pretty fucking bad. You know, that is the worst. I was like, I completely failed that whole thing. The only thing that didn't fail was I hit the groceries, which is the most important thing. I mean, they literally said the GMDs are not as important. The groceries are. So that part's good, and I finished the groceries in time. So they really can't complain about that, because that I made the time on the groceries, and I got all those other GMDs, because I think, like I said, if I had 30 of them and I had 10 left, I basically did 20 deliveries. Okay, 20 deliveries. But I know I could have done 30 in the yellow van. I would have finished that fucking route on time if I'd been in the yellow van. You know, maybe even in the blue one. Because I'm used to those vans more than I was used to this new van. Like I said, it threw me off. It took a while to get adjusted to driving it. I was having so many issues. You know? Having to go in the van, go to the other side, open the damn door, sometimes get the keys because the door is always fucking locked, you know? And oh my god. So yeah, there was a lot of shit going on. And a lot. I've never had a worse route. And like I said, I feel like I could have totally done it in the yellow van. I could have. But you know, I hate that van, but I think I can work with it, because like I said, next time, I think I'm going to tie the damn door to the actual, like, you know, out so it's open, and then I would freaking just go in and out that door, and like I used to do with the orange keys and the blue keys, not go through the front door, because that's my worst. That's where I seem to have the most issues with anything, is when I'm trying to go climb in and out of a fucking vehicle that's like twice my size. You know, that is insane. Like, having short legs is a pitch. You know, I may not be like tiny, but I'm at that average height. You know, 5'3" is the average height, and my legs are so short, I might as well be petite. You know, it's fucked up. I was like, goddamn. Yeah, and that's what I had a problem with the other Ram, you know. But I mean, if they made me drive it, because it wouldn't be fair not to you know, use it because of the other people needing the other vans, then I would. Yeah, but I would just have to work around it, and I would hope I wouldn't have to do it very long. But remember, I'm only doing this job for 1 more month, less than a month now, and I really feel like I'm only going to be a backup, because I'm not going to be a driver, so I think they're just going to use me, and the other people are going to get to drive anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I better start getting used to being in the store kind of thing going on there, you know what I mean? I better get used to it. Ugh. I don't know why, I'm sorry that I'm kind of bitching. And I know I wasn't going to talk about work. At least not really. And I'm trying not to do that. It is what it is, though. I just wanted you to know how bad a day I had. I'm like, let's hope the next week's a lot better. You know? But I can tell you this much. OPD is going okay. Like I said, I do feel like I can make friends in that store. You know, I feel like I have a few OPD workers that really like me. You know? Like that one guy who does the, you know, I think he's disabled. And I do good with disabled people. And, we, you know, he's always glad to see me. That guy that rides his bicycle, he's always glad to see me, you know. Yesterday he even gave me a half a hug. Like, I think he tested to see if I would let him hug me, and I did. So I said I didn't want to think I wouldn't, so I did. I gave him a hug. We gave each other a half hug, you know. And his co-worker was already joking too, because he's training this new guy too, right? And you know, I always see them around together. And I think he's kind of disabled too. He seems a little disabled, you know. They had that look, but and then there's a lady who I've been helping when she needs help, and she really is excited to see me. I don't know any people's names, if you can tell, which is good because I can't say their name. You know what? But I'm glad. Like I said, so see, I didn't know, and there are other people that I say hello to. You know, that guy that used to do carts that's inside now. This, you know, this lady in apparel that used to be OPD. I say hi to James's ex-girlfriend who works there, but we're not close or nothing, you know, just hello. That's it, really. Nothing else. I've never really got to have a real conversation with the girl, but I feels like she's on my Facebook page. I should say hi to her. You know, I should say hi to her. It's so funny. Yeah. And I don't know. So yeah, I do feel like it. And like I said, if I start actually staying, maybe lunch, go out, but breaks, start staying in the break room. Like I am seriously thinking about when I'm doing OPD only to actually do breaks in the break room and be social that way. You know? Because like I said, I found the best way to make friends is actually staying in the store. Because, you know, while you're sitting at a table, somebody will sit next to you. And, you know, they may or may not converse with you, but they might. You know what I mean? I have more of a chance of actually making friends if I did that. And, but I'm not interested in making more than just co-worker friends with the co-workers. I'm not looking to be actual outside friends like I was doing at 5260. I didn't do it with P Ridge either, but oh god, we're going a little faster. There's a big ass truck behind me. It's catching up to me. But what I'm trying to say here, I'm not looking to make outside friends because I did try that with 5260 and look how that turned out. Not so good. You know? Me and Tiffany aren't even talking really. Although I have thought about sending her a message, which I'm going to do. Like, I am going to actually put an effort in to try to see if she would like to start rekindling our friendship. You know? I don't know why. I'm just crazy, but I'm going to try and do that. And I'm going to try and keep up better with Cindy because she's actually, you know, been keeping up with me. Like, she lets me know what's going on at work at 5260. She asks about me. She says hello. So I need to start doing that more. Because, you know, I do appreciate the fact that she actually has made an effort and a friendship. You know what I mean? Anyone willing to put in some effort, I'm going to do the same damn thing. Because there's not that many people that will do that. There's not enough people that give a shit. You know? So I kind of need to give a damn. To give a damn. Because, you know, the damn button isn't broken yet. That's what's going on in my life right now. Oh, and I wanted to tell you about this. Okay, I know this sounds stupid because I've already told someone else and they said it was stupid, but But I don't care. I'm a dumb dreamer, okay? I thought it would be kind of cool, like if I could do this, like my in-home job in another country. Because I did used to want to work in another country and live in another country, like France. Let's face it. I wanted to live in France. I wanted to be in Europe. I never did fulfill that dream. You know? I can't even travel because my husband won't travel. You know, and I really don't want to just leave him. I figure if he dies before me, I will travel then. I will go to France. But if he doesn't, then I will never go to France, probably. Or anywhere else. Like even Hawaii or Alaska. But if he dies before me, I'm going to. But I don't want him to die. That's what I'm saying, because I don't want him to die now or later, you know? I mean, I'm kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping we both live a long life, you know? So, it's not the end of the world, and I don't get to fulfill this dream, you know? This dream I've always had for a very long time. But that's the thing. I think me wanting to be a mother and a wife was a bigger dream than that, because as a child, I always wanted to be a mother and a wife. It wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, but that was more of my dream than actually fucking going to France or living. You know what I mean? But yeah, does that not sound kind of cool? Okay. Yes, it's not ideal because that's a low-paying job, and you know it costs so much to even live in another country and get all the shit you have to do to go to this other country. But I don't know. I mean, we gotta make small steps. Now, this made me think of Julia Childs. She was, they said, was rich enough to do whatever the hell she wanted. And that's the thing. If I was rich enough to do whatever the hell I wanted, I might just do that. I might say, fuck this. I'm gonna go live in Europe because I can afford to, and I can afford to waste money and do stupid shit. And it's okay because I'm not poor. Right? And, you know? Yeah. And she did have a better job though. It's not like she didn't. She had a good job. Like they said she had a government job. She might have been a spy. Her and her husband. So there you go. But I saw there was a book about this and I need to get that book because I rented it from the library one time, but I never did get to read it. Like I said, there's so many to-be-read books on my damn book list. I need to get back to reading. I have not been reading. I've been fucking doing whatever the fuck. And, yeah. And did I tell you that I found a ping pong club at the fucking college? And I was like, dude, because I was looking to see when Dylan Head's play was going to be, but I don't know when. And I guess I should just ask him, hey, when is your play going to be before it's too late? I have not done that yet, but I need to, because I'm probably going to end up missing it, because I'm trying to find when the hell his performance is. I really wanted to go to it. I love watching theater. It is, I love it. I love it. I want to get back into it. I love it. But I doubt I'm going to get to see it, because I'll probably miss the times that I could have watched it, because it's probably already over. You know? Because he hasn't mentioned it since, and I don't know, I guess I don't want to act all weird like he's gonna think, why the hell does she care so much, you know? That's the problem. When you give too much vibes, you care too much, then people are like, oh my god, and it's like, dude, whatever. But, yeah, I want to see it. It would be cool to see, but I probably won't get lucky enough to. Ooh, what was I gonna say? Ooh. So that was that. But yeah, the ping pong club. That's what I was on. I wanted to call the number and say, hey, you actually have to be enrolled here to please join this club because I would love to be part of your ping pong club. I've been wanting to play ping pong. You know? I know. Like I said, I have simple dreams, simple wishes. Pathetic, I know. I'm not a big dreamer, but I don't really care. I mean, I'm 100% satisfied with living a simple life. You know? Not chasing the money, not chasing fame, not chasing fortune, you know? I think there's more things that are more important than that. Oh, and this is the other fun thing that's not so grand. I want, oh shit, let's see. There's a cop behind me, so I'm gonna try to get around this vehicle here, and then I can freaking, let this cop pass me. Let's get okay, I made it. Anyway, so I want a pink Jeep, okay? That's what I want. Now is it practical? Probably not. So then I thought, well, what about, because I remember I love the 4Runner and Land Cruiser, so I might see how they would look in pink. Hopefully they would look just as cool as a freaking pink Wrangler, because that's what I love. It looks so damn cool, and I think I would be cool in a pink Wrangler. Yeah, like I said, stupid, but I can't help it. You gotta have some small dreams, right, to keep going, to strive for. And remember I said I'm planning on getting right with God? I'm working on it. Well, Camille's been messaging me, and she told me about their memorial, which is this Saturday, so I'm going to go after work. I'm literally going to go to the memorial, but I'm not committing to going to Jehovah's Witnesses church right now, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I told her that I was not ready to commit to going to Jehovah's Witnesses stuff anymore, because I'm not there yet. She doesn't understand. I don't want to explain why I'm not there. Just like I didn't want to explain that I've been kind of going to my friend Sarah's church, even though more likely I probably am not going to be in LDS, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting a lot into the LDS church, because I don't want to give them hope that they can convert me, and then they don't, because they won't, because I don't see me converting to LDS, and I don't see me committing to Jehovah's Witness. That's the reason I'm just like, I'm not wanting to waste anyone's time. You know what I mean? I'm not wanting to do that, because I feel like I wasted Jehovah's Witnesses time when I was going, and then they said, what? And I said, nope, I'm done. I'm just going to quit. And then I kind of denounced God for a while. But, I needed to take some time myself. I know without God, life really does kind of suck. And I see what it's done to my life this last year, since I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to, but I can't explain it. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. I don't know why I'm not ready. I just know that I'm not that ready to go to a church, and be 100% in, with their religion. I'm not even sure I can. I'm not sure I can give that 100%. And that's how I kind of feel. Isn't that sad? It's not supposed to be a religion. It's supposed to be what's in your heart. But I know it's kind of a big thing too, right? So that's where I'm at, okay? I'm trying to work on my own heart condition, but I don't want to commit to a church that I'm not going to really be part of, or give my all, or, like in Heretic, where it says you give my control to. The only control I want to give to is God, and I don't even know how I'm going to do that, but I'm trying to figure that out, I got to start actually doing, like, reading the Bible, praying more, following the damn 10 Commandments and shit, right? Simple things. The things that we lose are distracted lives. I don't know. I don't know. Because, yeah, I'm still going to do some stuff that the Jehovah's Witnesses are not going to like. I'm still going to do stuff the LDS ain't going to like. But I have to admit, okay, the LDS on church, they're like, the people I know here, they're all good people. They are, seeming well what they're supposed to be doing. But when I'm watching those shows on the Mormons, and listening to the people on YouTube, not the Mormons themselves, because those are people that left the church. So what does that tell you, right? They don't know shit, right? Because they obviously, whatever. But, I kind of feel like, damn, if Mormons are a bunch of loophole, chain, we can get by. It's not cheating on my husband if I do this. It's cheating if I suck some guy's dick, but I can, but because I'm not sleeping with them and having sex with them. You know what I'm saying? I think it kind of is cheating. I think it is against the Bible. I'm pretty sure God doesn't say you could do that. That it's okay. But you know, whatever. You know, so that's what the shows are kind of like saying. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Why are we making loopholes? That's exactly what the people in the Bible did in the old days. And remember when God was making the 10 Commandments for this and that? And the Pharisees and all that shit? That's what he was talking about. Like the LDS on TV are basically hypocrites that the God Jesus was talking about, which is like, what the hell? But like I said, the people I actually know in the faith, they're not like that. As far as I can tell, from what I've seen in their belief system and when they talk to me, they are not doing any of that shit. So I was like, is it because it's television? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the ones that are talking about some of them are people who have left the church because, you know, I'm like, you know, maybe they went to one of those bad churches where people were doing that shit. Not the churches that I've seen around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're perfect because they're definitely not perfect, because I've also heard some of the heartache too. But, you know, but yeah, they're not. The people here are not like the people on TV. It's crazy. Like I said, hypocrites and Pharisees. Whoa. You know? No, God. So, like I said, it's television. What can you expect, right? But yeah, that's what people have a problem with, the Christians, right? And like I said, well, if you're on TV and you're trying to get views and shit, I guess they're definitely doing it the wrong way, and they've definitely fallen away from God. You know? Just like, isn't the whole point you're not supposed to be of this world if you're following God? And I can see why, because a lot of people are not going to like you. You know, they're not going to like you. You're going to have a lot of heartache and pain and suffering and trials, you know. They didn't like Jesus, you know. That should be our number one thing, realizing, right? They didn't like Jesus. But anyway, God, 27 minutes. I'm done talking now, okay? I'm done. Maybe I'll post this video today. But those were my thoughts, okay? But I hope you like them. And what do you think? You know, so we'll see. Like I said, I'm not planning on getting a new car until 5 years from now. But I am kind of thinking that if I did end up getting a Jeep, I'm going to work on getting me another vehicle that would be good for practical everyday driving. Because I think I deserve 2 vehicles. Bye.